Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for northeast Montana on this fine Memorial Day weekend. It looks like this. Today, mostly cloudy, patchy fog in the morning, and a slight chance of rain throughout the day and into the evening. Highs in the lower to mid-60s. Saturday night, partly cloudy, slight chance of light rain in the evening. Patchy fog after midnight. Lows are going to be in the mid-40s, maybe a little higher than that. Sunday, sunny in the morning, then a slight chance of light rain in the afternoon and evening. Highs in the mid-60s to lower 70s. Memorial Day, mostly clear. Highs near 70, lows in the mid to upper 40s. Now, remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to this week's Montana Outdoor Podcast featuring Brian Wakeling, Game Management Bureau Chief for Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. Now, I talked to Brian about the new mule deer management plan that he and his staff are working on right now. In fact, they just wrapped up a series of public meetings across the state to find out what hunters and others would like to see in the plan. I asked him what some of the things hunters are interested in.
There's obviously a real interest in good quality data, be that in harvest data or be that in population data, radio collaring, movement data. The hunters and the participants at these meetings all recognize the importance of good quality data.
That and more is awaiting for you at the go-to website, montanooutdoor.com.
Oh, you know it is. And the Riggercast this time brought to you by Superior Hardwoods of Montana. Back with the captain and the week in review in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Corey Medlinger with Superior Hardwoods, Missoula's trusted source of quality hardwood flooring since 1977. Looking for a beautiful, American-made wood flooring? We've got you covered. From unfinished flooring, you can customize to fit your style to pre-finished options ready to install, and even reclaim wood flooring full of character. We've got it all in stock and ready to go. And if we don't have exactly what you're looking for, no problem. We can source about any wood flooring you have in mind, all proudly made in the USA and crafted to the highest standards. We're a local family-run business, and with decades of experience under our belts, our team is here to help guide you through every step, from inspiration to installation. Visit our showroom in Missoula or start your search online at superior-hardwoods.com. That's Superior Hardwoods, ready to help you find the perfect floor. Let us guide you through the woods.
In Lewistown, Montana, be sure to shop the Sports Center. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
And just a lure cast away from the Sports Center. I'm the captain in Lewistown, Montana, with the Lewistown Central Montana headquarters for the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Can we have any more descriptions of the place here in Lewistown?
I don't even know where I'm at.
In the command center. And that's, of course, led by the director, Deadeye Denny. Good morning, Denny.
Good morning, Captain, in Lewistown, Montana.
Lewistown, Montana. We have Miguel Lee, who is busy manning the phones. Kootenai Quinn, who's going to cook up a really nice dessert, I believe, this morning in the kitchens of MontanaOutdoor.com. And then you have the illustrious downrigger, Dale, who is they're ready to give you a weekend forecast. The first holiday weekend of the summer is, well, actually it's still spring, but the summer is here, Memorial Day weekend. And we got a little to cover here in the weekend review. The Crooked Creek tournament downrigger ended Saturday. The weather was a lot nicer on Saturday than it was on Friday. It was a Friday-Saturday tournament. But I tell you what, there's some guys that know how to fish, and there's some guys that really know how to fish.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that Chris McFadden of Townsend and Brem Phipps of Jordan, they caught 99.36 pounds to take the win of the Crooked Creek tournament. It's called Crooked Creek, but it's actually held at the marina because of the water level. They can't put in at the west end Crooked Creek, because for people that don't know, there's two Crooked Creeks on Fort Peck. There's one that's east of Hell Creek Marina, and then there's Hell Creek, and then there's one that's way west. So, Brim Phipps,
I was just
when those
going
guys teamed up, they have won some tournaments, and they catch big fish, and it just amazes me how well they do. I shouldn't say, because they don't. I don't think they're very good fishermen, but it kind of amazes me how well they did during this tournament on the weights, because it was a terrible day on Friday weather-wise. Winds blowing and everything else. They still got into the walleye. And then second place was Wayne Wilcox of Billings and Zeke Gordon of Bozeman. They caught 90.4 pounds. Third place was Brad Novak and Andy Brown of Helena, 83.62 pounds. So 48 teams, and they got the tournament.
Chris and Brim had quite the second day. And I'll tell you what, if this is if they're going to do this, it's going to be quite an interesting summer of tournaments, because those two are in fuego, on fire, as they say.
I was watching or looking at the tournaments coming up. Rock Creek is going to be the first weekend in June. That's the next tournament. And then there's some back-to-back-to-back tournaments. And, of course, we have those on the Turney Trail. But these walleye guys, I don't know if that's going to hurt the registrations for the tournaments, the entry folks, the teams that go into those tournaments, just because they're down anyway. I mean, they only had 48 teams during this tournament. That's down from like 60 a year ago for the Crooked Creek tournaments. And also in the news, in the Weekend Review, Steve Miller from the Steve Miller Band. No, he's not from the band.
I hear they call him a space
what was one
cowboy.
of their hit songs? Director, do you know what one of the Steve Miller Band songs? There's one.
Keep on rocking me, baby.
Yeah.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Anyway.
Was that back in the 60s or 70s?
70s, sir.
In the 70s, baby.
70.
Back when I was doing some stuff on the radio, we talk like this, baby.
And you've improved so much.
That's right. Yeah.
You just get better every day.
Driving you home, baby.
I actually won a Steve Miller album from a radio station, and it's had it stamped on it for promotional use only. So I always felt a little naughty when I would play that album as a little girl. Yes.
You're lucky the feds didn't catch you.
Probably.
I think we got way off course there.
I think we did too. Steve Miller.
Anyway, back to Steve Miller, not the Steve Miller Band. What happened there, Captain?
Well, I knew I shouldn't have brought up Steve Miller Band and rock and roll.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Disc jockeys, the three unemployed disc jockeys in the room at the headquarters.
Can't find work.
Remember the good old days.
Steve Miller from Montana City caught a 37.6-pound pike out of Fort Peck. Now, that's his measurement on his scale. It's not official, and he admits it. He says it's the unofficial state record because he put the thing back. He didn't try to get it certified to see if he'd have broke the state record, which is held since 1971. Yeah. It's speaking of Steve Miller, by Lance Moyer. He still has the record, 37.5 pounds, and that's got a lot of traction on MontanaOutdoor.com. This unofficial state record by Steve Miller. You might want to read that story. Take a look at the fish. It's big. It's full of eggs. He put it back, and maybe much to the dismay of the walleye and trout anglers, but maybe not the Montana Pike Masters.
That's right.
And so he put it back in the lake at Canyon Ferry. And when you read that article, you'll be able to see if you catch a fish you think it's a state record, they tell you how to do that in that article. So congratulations to Steve Miller on a catch of a lifetime. Let's get news from the field with Greg Lemon from Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
Morning, Captain. This week, 2 landowners were hunting mushrooms about a mile north of Choteau when they were charged by an adult female grizzly bear. The men shot and killed the bear at close range, and fortunately they were uninjured in the encounter. But the encounter is a reminder that bears, particularly along the Rocky Mountain front right now, are very active. If you look at towns like Choteau, Ulm, and Cascade, those places are all experiencing some conflicts with bears. So if you're out and about, please be on the lookout, and if you have a conflict, make sure to call your local FWP bear specialist. You can locate their contact information easily by searching on our website at fwp.mt.gov. Remember, be safe in bear country. Carry bear spray, be ready to use it, travel in groups, make noise when you're out and about, and do everything that you can to avoid a surprise encounter. In other news, this week is the start, kind of the unofficial start of summer in Montana, and there are going to be a lot of people out and about enjoying the outdoors. Make sure that while you're out having fun, that you're being safe and courteous to the folks that are out there with you. Campgrounds, boat ramps, and trails are all going to be very busy this weekend and throughout the summer. A little bit of patience in Montana hospitality can go a long way to make sure that your experience is better and that you have a smooth and enjoyable time outdoors. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks, Captain.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
You'll always find your favorite beer at your local Town Pump. Right now, get Bud or Bud Light 18-pack can at $17.99. Plus, Pump It Up members save an additional $6 when you buy 2, only $14.99. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
First Security Bank wants you to know when it comes time to buy a car, pickup, boat, snowmobile, ATV, just see the folks at First Security Bank. Multiple locations in Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys. You won't have to camp out to get service at First Security Bank, member FDIC. Straight ahead on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, it's Placer Motors statewide trivia with Downrigger Dale. What is the topic for our lovely 6 a.m. audience?
Get ready, Memorial Day fun fact experts, because that's what we're talking about on trivia all morning. Our first question's topic is, which one got it all started?
Let's see if we can make you a winner right after this on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Brett's RV and Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family-owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple. Help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS-RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved
for hunting and fishing. If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian water milfoil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
America's most talked about program, brought to you by the Wishy Washy Washing Machine Company of Walla Walla, Washington.
Once again, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Morning. Coming up on 623 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. Let's see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
And our trivia winner will be receiving a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown. We got a Tiorama pen, a Captain's Choice Max Lure. From Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book The Sharpshooter and the Showman, the true story of May Lily and Pawnee Bill and their Wild West show. A koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. From Steve Harada, Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point Utility Key Ring. Featuring a bottle opener, tape measure, and flashlight. Why would you need all them there, cowboy? Pawnee Downrigger?
Those are your tools to salvation. You must change and do better.
And that's right so. And from Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hook'em fishing ball cap, a black ball cap featuring a leather patch in the shape of Montana. Within that shape of Montana is 406 and a fishing hook. Number to call if you know the answer and you have not won anything in 6 months, 406-721-1290. That's 721-1290. And yeah, please, if you won any prize in the past 6 months, please let other listeners play and win with Downrigger Dale.
Thank you, Director.
Yes, sir.
You know, Memorial Day is truly an American holiday. It's observed on the last Monday of May, honoring the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. However, originally, it was started to honor just those that fought and died in which war? When it first started, it was only remembering which war. Was it A, the Revolutionary War, B, the Civil War, or C, World War I? Your question again is, which war started Memorial Day? Was it A, the Revolutionary War, B, the Civil War, or C, World War I?
406-721-1290. If you ain't won nothing in the past 6 months, and while we wait for a winner, let's check in with the Stonefly Fly Shop in Butte and Bart at Capital Sports in Helena.
Happy weekend, everybody. It's Chris from the Stonefly in Butte. Just a quick update for you guys. Conditions down on the Big Hole have remained really good. River's been dropping a little bit. Clarity is great. Been a mix of, nymph fishing with your rubber legs and worms, little perdigons, lightning bugs, all that below the surface have been fishing pretty well. Streamer fishing's been good as well. Yellow stuff, sparkle minnows, kind of been the ticket for the most part. Should start seeing some Mother's Day caddis popping up the river a little bit as the temps warm up as well. So be on the lookout for some risers and that slower stuff, looking for caddis. Upper Clark Fork, Beaverhead, both been fishing good. The upper portion of the Beaverhead's open since last weekend. You got the dam all the way down now. Zebra midges, scud patterns, small split backs, all been good nymphing down there. And area lakes, Georgetown's open now, balanced leeches, San Juans, little chironomids, all that stuff has been fishing pretty good up that way too. So any further details, holler at us anytime. You can reach us at 406-494-0707 or at thestonefly.com.
Hey folks, this is Bart down at Capital Sports with the weekly fishing report for the Helena area. Well, we're starting to get some good walleye fishing showing up in Hauser Lake this week. The rain cooled it off a bit, but as it warms up, the walleye are definitely going to be responding. I've also heard about some really good walleye fishing in Holter this week as the fish start to move back from their spawning grounds out into the lake. And then we're hearing about a lot of trout fishing in Canyon Ferry that's been really good up on the north end. And I'm hearing a little bit about some walleyes down at the south end, guys pulling bottom bouncers or crankbaits still up in the fairly shallow water. If you need more information, stop in to see us at Capital Sports.
You got it, Bart. Thank you. We have a contestant on the line for Placer Motors Trivia. That would be Rick Sook in Great Falls. How are you this morning, Rick?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, fine. Thank you so much. Appreciate you listening. What do you got for Rick over there? You want to repeat the question down, Rick?
Yes. Brother Rick, which war started Memorial Day? Was it A, the Revolutionary War, B, the Civil War, or C, World War I?
What do you think, Rick?
That was the American Civil War.
You are correct, sir. Memorial Day, which was originally known as Decoration Day, but gradually morphed into Memorial Day, honored only those lost while fighting in the Civil War. Now, but during World War I, the United States found itself embroiled in another major conflict, and the holiday eventually evolved to commemorate American military personnel who died in all wars, including World War II, Vietnam War, Korean War, and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. So.
Good job, Rick. You got any good Memorial Day weekend plans on the agenda?
My plan is to... Oh, for Rick?
Yeah, I wasn't... Did you think I asked you?
Yeah, I was really getting excited because I had a big plan.
Rick, do you
Go
have
ahead, Rick.
Yeah, we're up here at Tiber. We're up here at Tiber Reservoir.
All right.
Perfect plan.
I'm gonna... If I can see him, I'm going to give Leonard a bad time up here today.
Yeah.
Oh, is he planning to come up there?
He's up here.
Yeah, all right.
Well, take attendance.
I don't know.
We expect to have him on in about maybe, 7 or 8 minutes, so we can find out then. How's that?
Hey, there you go. I'll be listening.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Have
we'll
fun.
Get your prize package mailed out to you, all right?
Get you biggin'.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Rick Sook, Great Falls, Montana. We will be back with the captain. Mary Beth Kibler, Kibler Outfitting and Charter Fishing, and by golly, we promised Leonard Roberts we better get him on too.
You sure
when
you
we
don't
come
want to
back
know what
tomorrow.
I'm doing this Memorial
We'll
Day?
find out what your plans are.
Isn't it time for new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson? With mortgage interest rates where they are right now, so many people are renovating their own homes rather than moving. And there's never been a better time to invest in awesome new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson's legendary windows have been the best you can get for decades, but many people don't know that Renewal by Anderson also has incredible new ensemble entry doors and the entire Acclaim line of replacement windows, which are winning rave reviews from clients. Renewal by Anderson's windows, ensemble entry doors, and the entire Acclaim line of replacement windows will make your home so much more energy efficient on cold winter nights or hot summer days. Those new windows and doors will make your home so much more quiet and secure. We hear that all the time. Please visit rbamontana.com to schedule a free consultation. Be sure to ask about our great offers and really attractive financing options right now. Renewal by Anderson Windows and Entry Doors. Isn't it time?
In a world full of impressions, clicks, and empty promises, your trades business needs more than marketing. At Ignite Home Services, we fuel the trades.
If you're grinding every day but stuck on a plateau, Ignite Home Services is your secret lead generation weapon.
We're not just a marketing company. We are the lead generation experts for the trades. HVAC, plumbing, roofing, you name it. We run hundreds of campaigns built to deliver real, measurable growth.
We don't chase clicks, we chase results. Powered by Pipeline Pro, our AI-backed lead tracking system.
Preferred media partners with Service Titan, Roofle, Chirp, and yes, we partner with Google.
We're tech-driven, human-led, ROI obsessed.
So if your residential business is ready to break through the noise, visit igniteinhome.com. That's igniteinhome.com. And let's fuel the trades.
Join Fallon's Farm in making a meaningful difference today. Fallon's Farm, a horse and equine rescue and sanctuary in Arley, Montana, was founded by the passionate Mike and Wendy Ramos to give animals a second chance at life. Here, rescued animals receive not just food and veterinary care, but a safe, loving home where they can thrive. The horses and equine at Fallon's Farm rely on support in every way, financial, physical, and emotional. As the spring and summer months bring higher costs for hay, machinery, and labor, your donations help the farm navigate these challenges and continue its life-saving work. Whether it's $20, $50, or $100, your donation gives Fallon's Farms the flexibility to care for these animals. Visit fallonsfarm.org to learn how you can help. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated and see how your support is transforming lives. You can ensure a brighter future for these animals and continue this important work. Mike and Wendy are deeply grateful for your support.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tiorama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast in southeast and south central Montana. It looks like this today: partly sunny, patchy fog on the east side of the region, add a chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms on the west side. Slight chance of thunderstorms also going to be seen in the east as we move along. Highs are going to be around 60 to maybe around 70, so looking a little better. Tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of thunderstorms, lows in the 40s. Sunday, mostly sunny, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs in the upper 50s to lower 70s. So widespread as you go across that region. Sunday night, mostly clear, slight chance of rain showers, lows in the near 40s. Now on Memorial Day, Monday, mostly sunny, slight chance of thunderstorms west and a chance of showers in the east. Highs in the mid-60s to mid-70s. Now, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, videos, all kinds of great news about the great outdoors in Montana at the go-to website and on our new app. That's MontanaOutdoor.com.
And the Riggercast this time is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer. Back with the captain and Mary Beth Kibler at Kibler Outfitting and Charter Fishing in 30 seconds. Let Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer show you how to maximize your tax refund benefit by investing it back into the business with the purchase of the new Diamond C PSA single axle utility trailer. This is the perfect trailer for hauling recreational vehicles with a GVWR up to 6,000 pounds. For more information on the new Diamond C PSA single axle trailer, stop by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer, 5680 Expressway, Missoula, or call 406-549-4243. Diamond C Trailers. Work hard, play hard. Hey, in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain?
And it's 25 before 7 o'clock here on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. We have Mary Beth Kibler on the phone this morning. How you doing, Mary Beth?
I thought I just heard her on the line.
Yeah. Mary Beth, are you there? I heard her for a second again.
Yeah.
Mary Beth, Come in, Mary Beth.
Come into the light.
Turn back from the
That's
light,
what I was
Mary
gonna
Beth.
say.
Stay with us. Huh? I don't know. Maybe her phone base is a little off from where it is. I don't know. Okay.
Let's see here.
Talk to Leonard.
I think we just got Leonard Roberts on the line.
Yeah,
Captain,
let's get Leonard and
while
see
we
what-
try to reconnect with Mary Beth, we do have Leonard Roberts on the line.
Leonard, good morning.
Captain, good morning. Glad to hear you actually working today.
Well, no, I don't know.
I mean, or
call it
putting
work,
your
Leonard.
time in, I should say. You're not on the water yet. You're putting your time in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you know, Leonard, the only time that it's work for me during the show is when I interview you.
I hear that. Yeah. You can't,
I had to
you
think
can't
about that.
wait to talk to me, can you? Aren't you glad to get to talk to me?
I love to talk to you, Leonard. So give us a fishing report, buddy.
Well, I don't know what Bart was talking about, but Holter is doing very well on trout, and they're still looking for the perch and the walleye. The walleye is doing very well, yes. They're pulling bottom bouncers with floaters and leeches. A lot of leeches going out of here on that. Piskin is doing real well on smelt and herring both. Francis, you still have to put in at the east end. There's not enough water yet to put in at the campground. I don't know if they're going to get enough water the way it sounds. And the bite's been pretty fair up there, but most of the people are pulling bottom bouncers with crawlers or leeches, and some are doing the crankbaits on that. Now, Tiber, you can talk to Ruth Ann. They're open. Tiber Breen is open on that. So down Loma, they're getting some pretty nice catfish and occasional walleye now. They're starting to move a little bit on that part. And that's about all I got, Captain. I've got plenty of leeches in stock. I got minnows in stock. I got herring, night crawlers, smelt. You name it, I got it for the fishermen. And we are open all weekend for the guys that some of them have to work Saturday mornings and this and that. And talking about going to Tiber, it'll be a couple of weeks yet before I get up there. Any questions? 406-454-1877. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And everybody that's goofing off on them boards and stuff, put your life jacket on.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear about any drownings.
No, that's right.
All right, Leonard. Leonard Roberts from Roberts Bait and
You
Tackle.
know,
Now we got Mary Beth Kibler on the phone, I hope. Mary Beth, good morning.
Well, good morning, guys. We're sitting on the water here at Hell Creek. All three boats ready to go out this morning, and fishing has been really good on Fort Peck. We've been doing real well on walleye, bass, and the northern pike. So water temperature is still pretty cold here at Hell Creek. We were see 52 when you hit the main lake, and you don't see 54, 55 until you get up past about where the old J marker is. So I did find 56 at the Narrows the other day. I was looking for big. So it slowly but surely, when the wind doesn't blow, it will warm up. But it's a great day to be out on the water. I do have a few dates left, so anyone who would like to come fish with us, give us a call here, 406-557-2503, and leave us a message. We'll get back to you, and hopefully we can get you lined up with one of our guides. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Mary Beth, real quick question. Are they jigging for those walleyes, or are you guys pulling bottom bouncers? How are you catching them?
Yeah, we're jigging and also using our forward-facing sonar, casting to them. They seem to be liking those bucktail jigs real well for your casting with your live scope or your forward-facing sonar is. But mostly jigs, bottom bouncers, as long as you're just using something simple like a Lindy, like a hook, bare hook with a bead. So when we're just starting on crawlers, we'll see how they do today.
All right.
All right. Mary Beth Kibler from Kibler Outfitter and Charter Service. It is 6:40.
Let's hit the Montana Tourney Trail, brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Fire that warrior up, baby. Here we go.
Out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand.
Oh, we're gonna do some fishing.
Take me out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand.
Oh, not this weekend. You ain't winning nothing this weekend, mister. They pretty much take Memorial Day weekend off for tournaments. But
Take a day off.
okay. What a manly man you are. But let's look ahead. Rock Creek Walleye Tournament is June 7th and 8th on Fort Peck for walleye and smallmouth bass. Savage Volunteer Fire Department Catfish Tournament, June 7th. Yellowstone River for the Channel Cats, of course. TBF Draw Series Qualifier is June 7th and 8th on Noxon Reservoir for largemouth and smallmouth bass. We got the Ackley Lake Summer Fishing Derby June 7th and 8th on Ackley Lake for brown trout, rainbow trout, and tiger muskie. Might as well throw in one Dad's Day one here. The Lions Club Father's Day Fish Derby is June 15th on Newland Creek Reservoir for rainbow trout, brown trout, and kokanee salmon.
For more information and a complete listing of tournaments around Montana, log on to the Tourney Trail page on MontanaOutdoor.com. It's brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Alrighty, well, when we come back, Captain will be joined by Eddie Mint at the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. And I think we're trying to get a hold of our Dillon correspondent again, are we not?
Yeah.
We had him on last week.
Well,
Sean.
Randy Birch will be on in the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah, but I mean...
and then down in Dillon, we're going to have Frontier Angler Sean Jazenka. We'll see if he can give us a little report.
We'll see if we can round him up, too.
From Clark Canyon, see
Plenty
what's going on
more
there.
still to come this hour on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Polaris razors are for off-road use by riders age 16 and older. Polaris razors can be hazardous to operate, so always wear a helmet and take a training course.
Explore the narrowest trails in a 2025 Polaris Razor Trail. Features our slimmest stance, sharp agility, quick acceleration, and all-day comfort. Trail-ready technology. Make the most of the outdoors and explore it in a Polaris Razor Trail. Personalize your experience and create the desired comfort you want for the ride. This is Jeff. Let us help you get in a new Polaris Razor Trail. Visit us in Lewistown or see what's in store for you at lewistownpolaris.com.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the Captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
Whoa, Nelly!
It's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Hey, friends, when you are in Glasgow, please be sure to shop D&G Sports and Western. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
All right, good morning, everybody. We're on 14 minutes before 7 o'clock here on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Eddie Mint from the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop is on the phone. Good morning, Eddie.
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Doing good, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, we just had a report from Mary Beth down there at Hell Creek. She's based out of the marina there. Said the walleye fishing hasn't been bad over in that part of the Fort Peck. But Don Wilkins is saying that it's a little bit slower towards the dam. What are you hearing?
That's kind of the report we've been hearing. Sounds like if you find some fish, there's been some guys going down the dry arm. And it's just kind of been a hit and miss deal that if you find some fish, the bite's been decent. Otherwise, it's, pike and bass are kind of your backup or whatever you want to call it. But, it has been a little bit tougher up on this end. And with all the weather fronts and the wind and stuff like that and water getting churned up and water temperatures going from mid-50s down to the high 40s again and back and forth. So, it's kind of been a roller coaster.
Yeah, the strategy might be to go to Hell Creek and follow Mary Beth around.
Captain got a restraining order because of that down there.
I mean, for fishing. Yeah.
So,
did we lose him?
Eddie, I was in the... Yeah. Eddie, you there?
Yep, go ahead.
I was in your store the other day, and you really are stocked up pretty good with tackle there. I mean, it's salmon season's right around the corner, even though I think I saw on the website Jody and Kathy Goodman had gotten a 10 or 12-pound salmon. I think they're targeting those for the most part. But you're all set. You got more lures and jigs and flashers and everything else. Probably got stuff still coming in. I noticed a couple of boxes that were open, and you guys are stocking the shelves.
Yeah, no, we're getting stocked up for summer stuff. The Beavis trolling flies are in. We got them hung up. Don't have, a lot of the salmon stuff. We're still, I know guys are saying just around the corner, and I'm saying still, in July. So we got a little bit of time, but yeah, they are guys that are going out there and, putting the time in and picking up a fish here and there. I mean, it definitely can be done. So if a guy's looking for that, we can definitely get you set up for, some flashers and some flies or just some bait cups or herring rigs or whatever you want to go out and go after them with. I know, Joe and Matt Hoffer were out the other day. They got a 11-pound something salmon as well. First salmon of 25. So they were all congratulated and won the prizes that were going with that tournament online. So yeah, been a good report so far.
All right. Well, Eddie, give us a phone number and tell us a little bit about your vacancies at your motel as well as your RV park there at Lake Ridge.
Cabins and motel rooms, we had a couple of cancellations with the weather for the weekend, so there's some availability. My RV spots with the sewer, they're all full for the season. I do have a couple of spots with the water and electricity available, and anybody wants to, call and visit or talk about anything from that to, going out fishing or just a fishing report or bait, give us a holler at 406-526-3597.
Call and visit. Last time I was in there, you didn't want to talk to me very much. Am I the only one you signal out?
You're an exception to the rule.
Every time.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie. Appreciate it. Have yourself.
All right, everybody have a good safe Memorial weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
I can understand what he's
All
saying.
right, Eddie meant Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. Call and visit, Eddie. Sean from Frontier Anglers in Dillon is on the phone with a report. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing pretty good. How's the fishing down there at Dillon?
It's been good. We've got good water in both the Big Hole and the Beaverhead River, so lots of folks around fishing. Not as many people up on Clark Canyon Reservoir yet. I've been up there a couple times recently, and oh boy, just a boat or two is all I'm seeing every day.
That's a little unusual, isn't it, this time of the year? Because the trout usually are pretty good bite going on.
Yeah, pretty good bite. I think the river just drew a lot of attention because it opened last Saturday after having been closed for about 7 months.
Oh, okay. How's the water level there?
The water level, the Clark Canyon's at about 85%, so plenty of water in there. We should have a pretty good bite there. Usually, once we need a little warmer weather. I expect with that coming next week, that might help a little bit. The fishing at the lake. Been a little cold down here in Dillon.
Okay. Well, it sounds like things are going. How do they get a hold of you if they want to go on the rivers down there at the Dillon area, southwest Montana?
Yeah, you can give us a call here at the Fly Shop at 406-683-5276 or find us online at frontieranglers.com.
All right, there you go. Sean from Frontier Anglers in Dillon. Thanks, buddy. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday morning. All right, Rigger?
Yes, sir?
How about a Memorial Day fact? Do you have
I just happen to have a few interesting tidbits here. How about this one? 25 U.S. cities have laid claim to being the birthplace of Memorial Day. It's always been this time of year, they all kind of quibble about that of who actually started
25?
25 different cities have said we started it, but New York, that state has become the first state to officially recognize the holiday back in 1873. So they put pen to paper first back in 1873, but the other 25 still argue, I did it, it was us. So anyway, no matter who was first or not, get out and celebrate.
Yeah.
And remember those who gave it all.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think any of those people that were arguing back then or now are still alive?
No, they were celebrating the Civil War. Yeah, almost started another Civil War over it. You know?
But a really good question though, Captain.
Okay, we will. Thank you, Director. We'll be back to wrap up the first hour right after this.
Sunset Memorial Cemetery and Funeral Home will be hosting their annual open house Memorial Day weekend, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The open house includes free refreshments, barbecue, and tours all 3 days, plus a Veterans Honor Guard ceremony Monday at approximately 1 p.m. Sunset staff members will be there all 3 days to answer any questions. Sunset Memorial Cemetery's annual Memorial Day weekend open house, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day, located at 7405 Mullen Road in Missoula.
Hey, this is Josh at Parkside, and if a business can create a household name, they'll stay top of mind. That's advertising. Parkside Credit Union. Repeating the name Parkside Credit Union makes it more memorable, and it makes you think of it later, Parkside Credit Union, when you need to borrow some money. If I can toe that fine line, Parkside Credit Union, between annoyance and effectiveness, Parkside Credit Union, then you'll definitely remember it. Because at Parkside Credit Union, if we can stay at the top of your mind, we think you'll say yes.
It happens more than you think. A customer wants, needs the goods and services your business offers. No matter how hard they try, they can't find you, but they find your competitor right there at the top of the results page.
And even if they do find your website, when they click, it's like a ghost town.
Hello?
Outdated, not compelling, and perhaps worse, it has information that's not accurate.
Y2K?
But how do you fix that? At Town Square Interactive, we have the tools to help you maximize your online presence. Just go to mylocalcustomers.com and start by getting a free local customer analysis.
This online tool will show you just how many customers in your area you could be
be reaching. To get in front of those customers, we will build a premium website for your business.
One that shows up well in web searches and converts website clicks into phone calls, appointments, and foot traffic.
It's simple, it's fast, and it's affordable. Go to mylocalcustomers.com and get started by getting your free local customer analysis today.
With bike season in full swing, the Bicycle Hangar is here to keep Missoula out and riding. At the Bicycle Hangar, we have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Along with tools, clothing, and protective gear, the Bicycle Hangar has everything you could dream of to get out and enjoy the trails. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hangar, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hangar, 1801 Brooks, across from Baskin-Robbins in Missoula.
The Missoula Animal Services Shelter saves 97% of the animals in its care, and it is expanding with new cat rooms, dog kennels, and a larger lobby for visitors. The remodel will help keep animals physically and mentally healthy for as long as it takes to meet their new loving families. Your donation to our Possum Shelter campaign will provide Missoula's lost and surrendered pets with a second chance. Visit online at www.missoulapublichealth.org/animals to learn more and donate today.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Why, it's absolutely hideous!
Once again, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew.
Yeah, we're wrapping up the first hour here. Next hour, we look forward to chatting with Ruann from Tiber Marina for the first time this fishing season. And let's see, who else do we have? Oh, we're going to talk to hopefully Randy Burtz to find out how that big tournament went out. Took place last weekend at Lake Kootenai.
Yeah, I believe Miguel is currently, he's confirmed the call, so we will have Randy on.
Okay. Rigger.
Yes, sir.
Region 6, they plant rainbow trout, the stocking report this week.
Yeah, they were able to get out and stock some of the ponds and smaller water bodies around the Region 6. Beaver Creek Reservoir, they received 18,000 fish. Those are those little rainbow trout fingerlings, about 2 to 3 inches long, they put in there. Bailey Reservoir over in Hill County, 9,600 were stocked in there. Box Elder Reservoir there in Sheridan County, 5,000 fish. So, yeah, they got out. They was busy.
Yeah.
Stocking some ponds, getting ready for summer.
Yeah.
The Home Run Pond had 700.
Yeah.
That's right outside of Glasgow there.
Yeah, Valley County, Home Run Pond.
Yeah, named after the ballpark. You know, hit a home run and
Makes sense.
lands in the pond.
That's right.
So, FWP has been out there stocking up. All right, well, looking forward for another big hour here in the Montana Outdoor Radio Show on this
Rescue,
Memorial Day week.
Rehabilitate, and rehome. That is our goal at One Horse at a Time Draft Horse Rescue. This is Jasmine, and we are located in the beautiful Bitterroot Valley. Not only do we save draft horses from going to slaughter, many owner surrenders have also found new homes through us and are protected by our lifelong adoption contract. We invite you to follow along on our journey to provide the best care and life for these deserving gentle giants. Find out more about how you can help. Visit onehorseatatime.com.
This is the captain. I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
This is News Talk KGVO, Missoula, AM 1290 and K252 FP 98.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Moving millions. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. A record number of Americans hitting the road or flying on this Memorial Day weekend.
It's projected more than 45 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home over the weekend, the majority by car, almost 90%, and that's 1.4 million more than last year, which could mark a new record, surpassing the 2005 high of 44 million. Now, AAA suggesting drivers check their car tires, brakes, batteries, and fluids before hitting the road to prevent unexpected breakdowns, and this marks the first holiday since since that Real ID requirement for domestic flights went into effect back on May 7th. Homeland Security officials say those who haven't gotten theirs yet will still be able to fly for now, but they'll be subject to an additional screening process.
Fox 11 Los Angeles' Mario Ramirez. If you're hitting the road, AAA saying the average cost for a gallon of gas in the U.S. $3.18. For the first time in his second term, President Trump set to deliver a commencement address today as Commander-in-Chief.
President Trump travels to West Point this morning to deliver the commencement address at the U.S. Military Academy. The president last addressed West Point cadets at the institution's 2020 graduation. President Biden addressed the Corps of Cadets last year. President Trump's executive orders involving higher education have led to changes at U.S. service academies, including material available at libraries and diversity programming. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And the trip of Mr. Trump to West Point set to be met with at least 2 planned protests. The Justice Department cutting a deal with Boeing. The Justice Department saying in a court filing Friday it'll require Boeing to pay and invest more than $1.1 billion. In return, the department will dismiss the criminal case against the aircraft manufacturer for allegedly misleading regulators about the 737 MAX jetliner before 2 planes crashed and killed over 300 people. America's listening to Fox News.
Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
It's time to take the quiz.
It's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We asked people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
What is the name of the coffee shop in the sitcom Friends?
Mel's Diner.
Central Perk. The answer? Central Perk.
Either way, you can always try again tomorrow. Take the quiz every day at thequiz.fox, then come back here to see how you did.
And thank you for taking the quiz.
House Republicans reportedly want answers, they say, on the possible cover-up of former President Biden's health decline.
The House Oversight Committee had subpoenaed 3 White House aides and requested a transcribed interview with Biden's doctor, Kevin O'Connor, last year. The panel accused the White House of obstruction. The panel is also looking into Biden's use of the auto pen. Former President Obama has used auto pen in the past, and in 2005, the Justice Department released guidance noting its use is legal, but it has become a key line of attack for Republicans, including the president. All of this comes as the Biden family works to manage his diagnosis of prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones.
And that is Fox's Madeline Rivera in D.C. President Trump saying he's considering pushing an effort to privatize mortgage giants Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae.
This past week, President Trump wrote in a Truth Social post, he's considering taking Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac public, that they're doing well, throwing off a lot of cash, as he put it, so the time he writes would seem to be right. While Fannie and Freddie don't loan directly, they buy and bundle mortgages from banks and other lenders. The two have been in a government conservatorship since 2008, and Treasury holdings currently amount to a little more than $250 billion. Selling those shares would mean cash for the government as the president pressures Congress to extend tax cuts. But if Fannie and Freddie are no longer government-backed, it would likely increase mortgage rates and could increase them substantially. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Word that the White House is trying to overhaul the National Security Council. The move is expected to significantly reduce the number of staffers at the NSC. That's according to 2 U.S. officials. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been serving as National Security Advisor since early on this month. This following the ouster of Mike Waltz, who was then nominated by the president to be ambassador to the United Nations. I'm Paul Stevens. This is Fox News.
Cold showers? No thanks. Whether your water heater is barely hanging on or you just want to upgrade before it quits, Right Now Plumbing and Heating has the perfect solution. Big water heaters, small water heaters, tall water heaters, tankless water heaters. We've got them all. Installed fast and done right. Why wait for leaks? Lukewarm showers, or worse, no hot water at all. Call Right Now Plumbing and Heating, the water heater king, and get your hot water back right now. Call 214-8904 or visit rightnowplumbingmt.com.
For 86 years, Pomps Tire Service has been caring for vehicles one customer at a time. Thank you. Because of you, our customers, we've grown to be one of the nation's largest tire dealers. Visit Pomps for great service, huge selection, and fantastic savings. Right now, get up to $245 in rebates on Goodyear, up to $240 in rebates on Hankook, or up to $210 in rebates on Firestone. See store for details or visit us at PompsTire.com. Pomps Tire Service, family owned since 1939.
Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Yes, the golden tones of Tom McGinley there. Hey, let's check your weather forecast for central Montana. It looks like this today. Going to be fairly okay till thunderstorms kind of roll through in the afternoon. Not for sure, but likely. Highs at 60 to 70 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, lows 40 to 45. Sunday, mostly clear, highs 65 to 75. Now, on Memorial Day, mostly clear, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows 45 to 50. And get this, the highs 70 to 80 degrees. Remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to this week's Montana Outdoor Podcast, featuring Brian Wakeling, Game and Management Bureau Chief for Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. I talked with Brian about the new mule deer management plan that he and his staff are working on right now. The decline in mule deer populations across the state has folks pretty concerned. CWD, of course, is one of the causes, but it is not the biggest one. So is it hunting then?
One of the things that we know is that hunter harvest is among the smallest factors that influence mule deer population trend and trajectory over time.
So, got to listen to that one. It's all waiting for you right there at the MontanaOutdoor.com and on the app, too.
And the Riggercast, this time a presentation of Vibrant Hearing. We will be back with the captain and the season premiere of Ruth Ann from Tiber Marina in 30 seconds.
You would do anything to prevent dementia, but are you doing everything? This year, give yourself more time. Learn how the medical treatment of hearing loss can reduce your risk of dementia, keep you engaged with your loved ones, and reconnect you to life. The folks at Vibrant Hearing can help with your hearing loss and show you how treating hearing loss is also reducing your risk of dementia. For better hearing, go to vibranthearing.com.
In Helena, be sure to shop Capital Sports. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain.
All right, thanks, Director. And, of course, the Director's in the command center along with Miguel Lee. Got Kootenai Quinn, who will be cooking up shortly in the kitchen. A little dessert for you this Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, it's great.
And Downrigger Dale. Now we have Ruth Ann from Tiber Marina on the phone for the first time this season. Good morning, Ruth Ann.
Well, good morning. How is it there?
It's so good to hear your voice.
It is good to
Ruth
be
Ann?
back out at the lake.
Yeah. Not back on the radio, but back at the lake. That's great.
Yeah.
Ruth Ann,
No, both. Come on, you know.
I'm glad you're here
forward
because
to every
you would have
Saturday.
to listen to Downrigger Dale's when he was a chef up in the mountains someplace for the next 5 minutes. So we get to talk to you. And and you opened up Tiber Marina. So what
Yes,
kind of a job
we
is that
did.
to open up the marina after being gone for all winter?
It's a big job. You got to get all the mowing and everything cleaned out and everything washed again. And no matter if you leave it clean, you got to wash it. It gets dirty and dusty and restocking and just it's a whole lot of cleaning and a whole lot of mowing and a whole lot of getting everything ready. It's a big job, making sure all the water works and So we're on a cistern, so that's always a good fun thing. There's just always something that, throws a little wrench in your system, but it all works.
Ruann, I have a question. From time to time, do you, during the off season, swing by the marina and just make sure everything is well and good?
Yes, we do. Actually, we come out. We're only about 20 minutes in town, so we come out and see how things are going, and if it's not snowed in or
Make sure the mayor of Tiber hasn't got into anything.
Right.
Right. You always have to keep an eye on that one, you know.
Make sure downrigger isn't sleeping on the porch or something.
Yeah.
Trying to pick the lock on the freezer.
Yeah.
The ice cream.
There's no ice cream there. Yeah, you would find a pretty empty freezer.
Aha. Well, all this time.
Yeah.
If it wasn't empty, it would be empty after Downrigger Day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a pretty old building. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard. Well, there are
any
a lot of
idea how the
fishermen.
fishing is? Have you had a chance to hear reports?
Yeah, a few. They've been going out. There's quite a few fishermen out, and a lot of fish. They're marking a lot of fish. They're just trying to figure out what's biting and what they're going after. It's kind of the first part of the season, so everybody's really just trying to figure it out because we have low water. And this is our 14th season, and I have never seen the water this low. Ooh. We can launch boats, which is I was a little concerned about, but we can launch boats, and they're getting out there. And I heard some reports they've been going up Willow Creek, but there's a lot of main lake fishing, and they're just really trying to get it figured out. Every year is a new thing. Just changes, so they're trying to see what the bite is.
Ruth Ann, why is the water low? Is that because of the that Bab situation up there with the?
No, it's just St. Mary. We just haven't had the runoff. If you go up like through Glacier Park, and there just wasn't the snowpack like the rest of the Rockies tended to get quite a bit and lower, but we just did not get the snow we needed in the mountains.
But
so
Mary,
we just don't have. Yeah.
But Rue, wouldn't you get the water from that? What do I want to call it? The Milk River Project, doesn't that feed into Tiber?
No,
it doesn't.
No, that does not. We're up at we're like St. Mary's. In there, but that doesn't feed into us. So.
Oh. Huh,
yeah, that's it. There's a lot of misconception. I get a lot of people thinking they're holding water, but it really is up to the snowpack, and we just have not had the snowpack in that part of the mountains that we needed. So they're keeping the river at the minimum to try to get us. They're hoping we'll get, not probably full pool, but we're hoping to get up to a little bit of where we were last year. So if we get a couple more rains like we did, it should be.
That helped.
It should do. Yeah, that helped us. Those always help us, but it's still good fishing. We've seen a few nice fish already come out. I've had a couple pictures, and so they're getting bites. They just haven't always pulled them in, and like I said, they're getting it figured out. That's the first part of the season.
All right. Let's do some housekeeping with you. What about RV slots along with bait? You got everything stocked up, and what's the vacancy on RVs?
Well, we're getting close. It's like this weekend I had a few openings. Everybody thought the weather was going to be bad, but we're starting to book up. So if you're going to want a reservation, you're going to want to book up. We do have a couple cabins that has a queen. One has a queen bed and one has two twin beds in it. And so that's with just electricity. They're just a bed and electricity, but we do have those, and we do have some dry camping, a little bit available. Those are filling up too. So we're getting pretty full.
Okay, sounds good. What's the phone number to call to get a hold of you?
406-759-5637.
All right, Ruth Ann. Pleasure to talk to you again. Look forward to another great season at Tiber Marina up there in Tiber Reservoir.
Yeah, good to have you back.
Thank you very much.
Time to do a little cooking with Kootenai.
Smelling goody.
I guess so. We got to get in the kitchens of MontanaOutdoor.com.
What you got cooking?
I got rice cooking in the microwave. She got something cooking for me tonight. And a little bit of chicken fried.
Go with something sweet this week to go with everything you're planning for your Memorial Day festivities. It's a strawberry rhubarb crostata, which is like English or Italian for tart. It's a tart. It's a galette. And it is rhubarb and strawberry. Rhubarb's, of course, in season now. So while you're mixing up some dough, let's build this galette. It's very easy, actually. You need to do the crust first, though, because it needs to be in the refrigerator for a little bit. So you're going to toss some flour, sugar, and salt into a food processor and pulse it a few times, and then add your cold butter. You're looking for a coarse meal texture there, like sandy beach, not smooth dough yet. Then slowly add some ice water and pulse until the dough starts clumpy together, and wrap it up, squish it into a disc, and let it chill in the fridge for at least an hour or overnight, depending on how much time you have. And now for the star players, strawberries and rhubarb. While your dough is having its cold spa day, get a skillet and saute your chopped rhubarb with a little butter. That softens the tang of the rhubarb a bit so it doesn't, so it's not too tangy. Once that's done, toss the rhubarb with sugar and invite the strawberries to the bowl. Sprinkle in some cornstarch. That will be sure that it doesn't become soggy. And mix that together until the fruit's looking glossy and ready to go. Then grab your chilled dough, roll it out on a floured piece of parchment paper until it's about a 12-inch circle. Okay, if it's not perfect, because you're going to kind of fold up the sides anyway. And then pile your fruity filling into the center of the dough, leaving about 1.5 inch border. Then fold the edges over like you're tucking in a little baby.
Oh,
yeah. Brush the crust with a quick egg wash. Just one egg beaten with a little bit of water there. And slide it into a 425-degree oven. Bake for 30 to 40 minutes or until the crust is golden and the fruit looks bubbly, and then it's delicious. And it goes with pretty much everything, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It is your strawberry rhubarb crostata. And you can find it at MontanaOutdoor.com.
And coming up on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, Placer Motor Statewide Trivia with Downrigger Dale. What do you got cooking over there, my friend?
Oh, I got a real head scratcher for you this hour. It's time to dig up an unusual secret.
Let's see if we can make you a winner right after this on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Brett's RV and Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family-owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple. Help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS-RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian watermill foil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
Montana's a big state, and the men and women that call it home know why they live there. It offers unique outdoor opportunities year-round. It's a way of life for them, but each region of the state does have its own set of challenges. That's why Montana hunters and fishermen have come to depend on their local sporting goods store to help them get the success they strive for in every region across Big Sky Country.
When you shop your local Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best products, service, and advice.
In Butte, shop Three Bears, Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, head on over to the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. Over in Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports in Western.
All of these sporting goods stores have local knowledge for the area of Montana that they serve, and all of them are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
In 1947, an alien spacecraft crashed in the New Mexican desert. The following was found in their super advanced quadraphonic in-dash audio system.
The captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Enjoy.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Good morning, 7:22 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. Let's see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
All right, our trivia winner will be getting a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown. Got a Tiorama pen, a Captain's Choice Max Lure from Linda at Far Country Press in Helena. The book, The Sharpshooter and the Showman, the true story of May Lily and Pawnee Bill and their Wild West show. Koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. From Steve Harada, a Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point utility key ring. It features a bottle opener, tape measure, and flashlight. How might that all come in handy, Downrigger?
Well, obviously, if Steve had to bail you out, you're going down the wrong path. So use those tools to find your way and fix your life.
Hand on the Bible.
There you go.
And from Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hook'em fishing ball cap. Really cool black ball cap featuring a leather patch in the shape of Montana with a fishing hook and 406 within that Montana patch.
That's a beauty right there.
Yeah, sure is. Number to call if you know the answer is 406-721-1290. That's 406-721-1290. But please now, if you have won any prize in the past 6 months, let other listeners give it a go with Downrigger Dale.
Now listen carefully. This is a head scratcher. Now, one of the most well-known military cemeteries is, of course, Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. But it wasn't always a cemetery. At one time, it was a nice piece of farmland, and it had connections to two very famous generals. One general had a step-grandson that owned the land, and many years later, a lieutenant who later became a famous general married into ownership of that land and lived there. So which two famous generals am I talking about that were connected to Arlington Cemetery before it was a cemetery? Was it A, George Washington and Robert E. Lee, B, Andrew Jackson and Ulysses S. Grant, or C, Stonewall Jackson and George Patton? Question again is, what two generals are connected with Arlington Cemetery in its early days? Was it A, George Washington and Robert E. Lee, B, Stonewall Jackson or Andrew Jackson and Ulysses Grant, or C, Stonewall Jackson and George Patton?
406-721.
That is a head scratcher.
721-1290. While we wait for the winner, let's check in with Chancey up in Kalispell.
Good morning, Montana. Chance here. Chancey's Fish Camp up in Kalispell. Give you that weekly fishing report. Fishing's looking good. Boy, if you want to get in some kokanee, the kokanee action up here has been on fire. Pretty much all our kokanee lakes have been really good. Good reports up on Dickey, smaller fish, but it's been really good out in about 50 foot of water. Jigging or trolling. Middle Thompson, Lower Thompson, both been really good. Middle's kicking out some nice fish. Some good fish out of Lower Thompson also. Lake Maronan's been really good. Pretty much all your kokanee lakes, Ashley, Bitter, all fishing really good right now. Jigging in, trolling, so it should be a great weekend to put some fish in the smoker. Bass fishing's been pretty decent. Still guys hitting Echo, doing well, getting some good smallmouth up to 4 or 5 pounds, some good largemouth. Get out in the main lake, you can chase around some of those whitefish out there, a few big pike coming out. If you want to go down on the flathead, good reports on lake trout. Guys out there trolling scatter wraps on planer boards have been really good. Perch pattern, black and gold. If you want to fish a little deeper, do the planer boards, or not planer boards, but just do the flashers and do the flies. The flat lake charter tackle flies have been really good. And the goldie oldie, the perch patterns have been good. Big flatfish right on the bottom, been productive over on Woods Bay Point. Right out in front of Lakeside's been pretty decent. And then down on the south end, still hearing a few reports on the perch. Sounds like they're moved more over into the Polson Bay area over there by the Polson Bridge. Some of those little bays in there. A lot of guys been catching right off the Polson City dock. Smallmouth fishing's been on fire down there. Also, I'm still hearing some decent fish over in East Bay too, so that's doing pretty good. The sloughs off the river, Fenton and Church, been cranking out some nice largemouth. The guys been getting some decent pike, crappie going in both of those. So that's fishing pretty well. So a lot of good fishing going on right now. Kootenai, lots of rainbows up there around Rexford. Bull trout going too. Planer boards and Dave's plugs. The plug-it plugs have been good, and kind of rainbow kokanee colors. Flies, planer boards, and flies have been productive also. So, hey, hope everybody has a great Memorial Day, safe weekend out there. Be safe. Good luck fishing.
You got it, Chancey. Thank you so much. We do have a contestant on the line for Placer Motors Trivia, Tim Purdom in Lolo. How you doing this morning, Tim?
Very well. How about yourselves?
Oh, terrific. Thank you for being a listener. And are you ready to go, Downreader?
Yes, Brother Tim. What two generals are connected with Arlington National Cemetery? Is it A, George Washington and Robert E. Lee, B, Andrew Jackson and Ulysses S. Grant, or was it C, Stonewall Jackson and George Patton?
All right, Tim, what do you think?
That would be A, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, Arlington was originally a plantation belonging to George Washington Parke Curtis. That's George Washington's step-grandson. His daughter, Mary Ann Rudolph Curtis, married then Lieutenant Robert E. Lee, and they lived there. During the Civil War, the U.S. Army seized the property for military purposes. The Supreme Court eventually ruled that the property seizure was without due process, and it was returned to Robert E. Lee's son, George Washington Curtis Lee. And he later sold it back to the government, which officially established the Arlington National Cemetery.
Tim, in order to be an official winner, you now have to repeat all of that back to us.
Did you know that? Did you know the answer, Tim, or was it a guess?
No, I knew the answer to that
you
one.
You did?
Good
well,
job,
I'll
good
be
job.
darned. You know your Memorial Day trivia.
Well, heck yeah, man. This is a smart
Good
audience
for you,
we got.
Tim.
Hey, Tim, thank you very much. Go ahead.
No, I've been to Arlington a number of times.
Yeah.
Yep, I've had the pleasure too. It's pretty
Very
overwhelming.
moving. Yes.
Thank you, Tim. We'll get your prize package mailed out to you, okay?
Thanks, sir. You all have a good day.
All right, thank you. Tim Purdom and Lolo. We'll be back with the captain and Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, right after this. As we get older, our needs change, but our comfort and safety should never be compromised. At Thomas Plumbing, they specialize in transforming bathrooms into safe, stylish spaces designed for independent living. Imagine stepping into a beautiful, easy-access shower with slip-resistant floor that blends seamlessly with your decor. Aging in place is just a phone call away. Call Thomas Plumbing today at 532-LEAK. Your dream bathroom isn't a luxury. It's about peace of mind. Hey, for a great meal, find yourself in Paradise. Paradise Falls starts serving at 7 a.m. daily, featuring all your traditional breakfast favorites as well as Paradise Falls specialty items. For lunch and dinner, there's a full menu of burgers, steaks, sandwiches, pizzas, salads, spaghetti, over a dozen appetizers and other Falls favorites. And of course, there's a full bar and all those TVs. Whether you want to sit inside or out on the beautiful, spacious deck, make it family-friendly. Paradise Falls, open 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. every day. 3621 Brooks, Missoula.
It's that time of year again. Hey, this is D. Wayne with Energy Partners Propane. We got our summer fill program kicking off June 1st through the end of August. Fill your tank up now at the cheapest time of year and get that thing filled up before winter. Hey, look, if you're not a customer of Energy Partners, come see what we can do for you. We got a phenomenal team of professionals just waiting to serve. Come see why we're the fastest growing propane company in Western Montana. Call one of our locations today and let us see what we can do for you. Or visit our website at energypartnerspropane.com.
Hi, it's Scott the Painter. We all know about keeping up on the routine maintenance of our vehicles. But how often do you think about your home's preventative maintenance? So don't neglect it. Part of that routine care is interior and exterior paint. It also adds to the curb appeal and value of your investment. So if it's been more than 7 years since you had fresh paint applied, it's time. We've been helping people all over Western Montana maintain their home's looks and value for over 26 years. That's Scott Arnold Painting at 381-8545.
In a world where glass breaks, one business stands tall.
My windshield's cracked.
Legacy Glass, fixing panes and saving the day for nearly 40 years.
But I've got advanced driver's assistance systems.
They calibrate those too.
House windows, mirrors, big rigs, tractors?
All of it.
Is there anything they can't do?
Yep, they can't fix your singing voice. Rude. Call 406-273-0173 or visit LegacyGlassLLC.com. Legacy Glass, crystal clear service every time.
Hey, somebody wrote "Wash Me" in the dirt on your car. If they really wanted to help, they would have written "Wash Me" at Happy Days Car Wash, featuring the most thorough car wash, including the undercarriage, and Happy Days crew members waiting to towel dry you at the end. Veteran and senior discounts every day, and free power vacuums with your wash, too. Write it down in the dirt on your car so you won't forget. Clean car, Happy Days Car Wash, on Brooks between Fairbridge Inn and Pizza Hut.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tiorama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for west of the Continental Divide. Looks like this. Today, mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows in the upper 30s to mid-40s. Sunday, sunny in the morning, then becoming just kind of partly cloudy out there. Highs in the mid-70s to lower 80s. Memorial Day, partly cloudy, chance of rain showers, lows in the 40s to lower 50s. Highs, get this, going to be in the mid-70s to lower 80s. And remember, my friends, that go-to website's sitting right there waiting for you, but also, have you tried the new app? Yeah, go to your whatever preferred app store and get the Montana Outdoor app. It's right there, MontanaOutdoor.com. Check it out,
Oh,
baby.
it sounds like a fine Western Montana weekend for Montana's largest flea market.
Yeah, oh, really? I'm going to sit and read that app all weekend long.
Gotta get to the flea market today
Yes.
in
Oh, boy.
St. Regis,
You're
Montana.
gonna buy
You
some
can park in
fleas?
my son's
I'll-
yard if you'd like.
I'll pick up a little sous vide
That's
for
a
each
big one down there.
Oh, yeah, it's
They
a lot
have
of fun,
a
too.
big one.
Yeah, today, tomorrow, and Monday. Riggercast brought to you by the Come On In. Back with the captain and Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, in 30 seconds.
Escape the ordinary. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings features family-friendly lodging that offers a rustic atmosphere with resort amenities. Options include king or 2 queen bedrooms, roomy kitchenettes, or a relaxing jacuzzi suite. There's complimentary hot breakfast, guest laundry, a large pool, kiddie pool, 5 hot tubs, fitness center, and a beautiful indoor courtyard that features a rock waterfall. Escape the ordinary. The best value in lodging today is at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings. Make your reservations online at comeonin.com. That's CMONINN.com.
And in Butte, please be sure to shop 3 Bears Alaska. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain?
And thank you very much, Director. 25 before 8, Montana Outdoor Radio Show on a Memorial Day weekend special edition. We have Brett French, who is the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, on the phone. And this week's article that he posted on MontanaOutdoor.com deals with, this is an interesting choice about bighorn sheep, auction or lottery. Explain to us what the legislature was thinking about doing or has done.
Yeah, good morning, Captain. It was an interesting story, like you said, because the decision was to open up, or the proposal was to open up the bighorn and moose tags that are auctioned off every year as fundraisers for conservation work for those 2 species, to be either a lottery as they are now, or to auction, or the other way around. They're an auction now, and to open them up to a possibility of being a lottery. It's an either-or choice that already exists for mule deer, mountain goat, and mule deer. Oh, I already said that.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Anyway, so the idea was that last year the mule deer tag was offered through a lottery for the first time and raised like $56,000. That was more than 38% more than it had raised through an auction.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To offer it up to the Fish and Wildlife Commission to decide which they want to do. And the bighorn sheep tag has been very coveted for raising money for that conservation work. It's raised $9 million since 1986 when it was first authorized by the legislature. Highest ever paid was over $480,000 for one of the tags. So the question was, whether we should open it up to the average hunter, that could pay for a $50 or $100
lottery
possibility of getting that, or if it should stay the way it was. And the legislature said, let's give the commission the option and let them decide. But the governor decided that was too risky and vetoed the bill. So for now, the bighorn and the moose tags will still be auction only.
Okay, I get it now. So they
maybe.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I would have probably tried to do it for 1 year to see if he got more money.
Well, boy, that's a lot of money to beat, though. Yeah. Yeah, that's a toughie. But then what if it didn't?
Yeah,
and,
that's
only
a bummer.
raised a few bucks, and then the FWP's going there because they aren't funded by tax dollars. It's all stuff like that. So that'd be a little spooky. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting
the average
question.
What is the average auction dollar amount? Has it been in the past? $480,000 is a lot of money, but what's the average?
That's a good question, Captain. I did not go back through every auction and average that out. That would have been interesting to know. But yeah, they do tend to draw, the high bidders. They're offered at the annual convention, so it draws a lot of those out-of-state bidders with deep pockets.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It is.
That's deep.
$480,000. That's a salary of Downrigger Dale on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. That's
what?
The money.
Plus or minus.
You said you weren't going to tell anybody about what I get paid. Yeah, I wish.
I want a new contract.
You got a contract.
Mr. French, we appreciate you getting a lot of rain down there in Billings.
Yeah, Captain, we're about twice above what we normally are for this time of year, so it's been a wet season down here. Everything's really nice and green, and the ponds are full.
All right.
Well, send some of that up to Tiber Marina,
sounds
Ruth
like
Ann would need some of that. All right, thanks a lot, Brett. We appreciate it. Now we got Matt on the phone. Matt, fish on.
Fish on.
Fish on, guys. Getting the lines in the water right now. We're on beautiful Flyhead Lake right now. I got a bunch of teenage boys here celebrating a birthday.
Oh, boy.
So we're getting ready to tear into one of the great days of spring, early summer fishing up here.
Awesome.
We've had a lot of rain. We got a lot of runoff coming out of the river right now. So we're fishing the mud line up on the north end by Big Fork, all the way to Lakeside. We're fishing a lot of surface stuff right now. So plugs and spoons on the surface or 10, 15 feet down the downrigger. It's been one heck of a week. The fishing has been excellent. The weather's been great. We're supposed to be high 70s to 80s this weekend. The boat launch was packed this morning, so that's kind of an indication of what the weekend's going to be. So, guys that want to get out and enjoy Northwest Montana lake trout fishing, now is the time. It's fish on time, guys.
Hey, Matt, have any of those boys asked you to buy them beer yet?
Not yet. We're eating donuts and hot chocolate right now.
Get ready. It's coming.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Good thing you're not on the boat.
Guys. Water temp's about 53, so we're warming up just a little bit. Like I said, we got a lot of runoff, so guys that are coming up, watch out for logs and debris out here because the rivers are running real high right up here in the Flyhead Valley. So be careful about that. Find that mud line, get on the outside of it. The bait balls are everywhere. Find where the bait is, and we're trolling about 2.2 miles an hour with a lot of rapalas and spoons. So, guys that want to get out with us, we got a couple openings this week. We're filling up real quick. We appreciate all the business from everybody. You can give us a call at 844-FISH. That's at Fish On Charters with Captain Matt.
All right. Thanks a lot, Captain Matt. Live on the water on Flathead Lake. He's always got a lot of energy and got
he
some
does
clients
birthday
there.
parties.
Catch
Yeah,
some
he does
fishies.
birthday parties.
I think it's time to give away a $27 gift card from our friends at the Montana Club, Bob and Nick. Isn't that correct, Direct?
I think that's a great call,
That's a good
Captain.
birthday
Thanks. Yeah,
party right
helping
there.
us celebrate 27 years. It's a gift card that $27 gift card. You can use it at any Montana Club location for a fabulous lunch or dinner. 2 locations in Missoula, as well as Billings, Butte, Great Falls, Kalispell. Number to call if you want to win, 406-721-1290. But if you won any prize in the past 6 months, please let somebody else have a try. Okay, 721-1290. And back with that winner in 30 seconds.
Any angler can put bait on a lure, but good anglers know that catching fish requires more than just baiting your hook. At the Montana Club, we just don't serve you food. Any restaurant can do that. At the Montana Club, we serve you made-from-scratch entrees. That's why we call ourselves the Montana Club. Montana families keep coming back for our uncompromising cut-above USDA Choice and Prime certified Angus beef steaks for dinner. The Montana Club is something for everyone. Catch the flavor of the Montana Club in Missoula, Butte, Kalispell, Great Falls, and Billings, where they're always happy to see you and proud to serve you.
All righty, I think we got us. That's on 2, Miguel?
Yes, on 2.
All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Welcome to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Katie Triplett. I'm calling from Darby.
Hey, everybody.
right.
Katie Triplett's on the line.
Hi,
Hello,
Katie. What's
Katie.
up?
Katie! How you doing this morning, Katie?
I'm doing great. Got the opportunity to come up and visit my mom I'm from Idaho, but I got the opportunity to visit my mom, and I'm excited to be here.
Well, ain't that nice? That's beautiful.
Well, you can take your mama out to eat at the Montana Club.
Why not? Well, congratulations.
Yep.
Thank you, folks, you and your mom for listening. I'm going to put you on hold so Miguel can get your mailing address, and you will be getting your Montana Club $27 gift card soon, okay?
Thank you. You're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right.
Shameless plug here, Katie. Even though you live in Idaho, if you have the app, you can listen anytime, anywhere.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shameless doesn't do that justice, in my
I
opinion.
downloaded the app this morning, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I love your new download the app tattoo, but I don't know if the forehead was the best choice.
Well,
for that.
people see it there because it's a
they
pretty
do.
big head.
They do, yeah. You're like downrigger roll instead of jelly roll. You're downrigger roll. Back with the captain, and we're going to try to get a hold of
teardrop right here.
Debbie, it's Silos on Canyon Ferry right after this.
Save some money and get the quality tire care you've trusted for over 45 years from your friends and neighbors at Tire-Rama. Now through May 31st, save up to $70 on a set of select Cooper tires, including some of Cooper's newest tires, like Pro Control, Discoverer Road and Trail AT, Discoverer Stronghold AT, or Endeavor and Endeavor Plus. Get on the road and into a new set of Coopers. Visit your neighborhood Tire-Rama before May 31st for this offer, or go to TireRama.com for more details.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters. River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Butte, shop Three Bears Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, shop the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
Train 45 leaving Union Station. All aboard.
I want you to take my hand. I want you to come with me on this adventure.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Okay, you don't have to take my hand, but will you come with me on this adventure?
Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
Hey, now in Livingston, please be sure to shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
Okay, good morning, everybody. And we have Debbie from the Silos RV.
Yeah, we do.
On the phone from
We do.
Canyon Ferry. Good morning, Debbie.
We do. Good morning. Hey, I got to ask you guys if you were up to date on your Canyon Ferry Lake fishing stories.
You better fill us in.
Okay.
We
So
have
this
one.
Well, this is a good one. This one was posted by Angela Montana, May 22nd. And a gentleman by the name of Steve Miller was fishing out here at Canyon Ferry and caught the unofficial state record pike of 37.6 pounds and 48 inches long.
Yeah, that one we did talk about early this morning. So
okay.
That's
Did you
pretty
see the
exciting.
picture of that?
Yes, monster.
Monster. Yes. So, yeah, I haven't talked to him to see how he reeled that in, but I do know that those pike do like those steel leaders, and we've got the fish and the leech, the worms and the leeches. So I'm assuming he did something like that to catch that big thing.
Now, Debbie,
Yeah.
I heard a rumor about that. Now, is it true that when he was reeling it in, he kept hearing Dun, 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 dun,
That'll happen.
The back end of the boat was dipping into the water.
Big fish.
Big fish. But yeah, so the lake is full, and I mean full. It's a nice depth, easy getting in and out of all the boat launches. The water's up to about 55 degrees. For the most part, it's clear-ish. You know, with all that water running into it, it churns up a lot of stuff. People are catching walleye in the 25 to 35-foot range. The trout are just jumping into the boat. You don't even have to try. And then there you've got that big-ass pike. Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, sounds like that's a good spot to go.
Yeah.
Debbie, I've got a side story on a pike fishing tail. I got a message, an email from D. Stevens, and he says around 1968, a friend of my father named Andy Anderson stopped by our house after a day of fishing in the Little Bitterroot River near Hot Springs, Montana. In a Coleman cooler, he had a pike hanging out more than a foot on either side, 48 inches in length and 45 pounds.
Oh, please. Come on. You think
Why
that's
didn't
true?
he get that thing measured?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hey, are you guys doubting D? That's not polite on the radio.
I am.
No.
I am D. I need to see evidence.
I don't know.
It's 1968.
No, they had cameras back then.
They had cameras.
Back then, think about it. Back then in 1968, probably state records weren't that big of a deal. And it was probably tougher to get, we didn't have communication the way we do now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, no, that's
we
not.
do now.
I mean, just because we don't have cell phones back then, I guarantee you, we were glued to that landline.
Yeah, that would have spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
Well,
it's interesting story.
It is. It
Yep.
really is.
Well, maybe.
And I guess
maybe,
this
Debbie,
guy here, Steve Miller, could have photoshopped that fish. He could have done that too.
I don't know.
That looks wrong.
I mean, when a big rock and roll star like that do that.
It was a guitar, and then they changed it to a fish.
It was
That's what
only
happened.
by a tenth of an ounce. That would have been contested and argued about even if he had kept.
Oh
the
yeah.
fish. But,
Yeah, they're going to say there was a piece of lead it left in there.
Do you know where? So the existing record from when 1970 something is still intact. Yeah. Do you know where that
It
fish
says
was?
19
Then again, he was the gangster
it
of
says
love.
the current Montana state record pike was caught in 1971 by Lance Moyer and weighed 37.5 pounds.
And do you know where it was harvested?
It does not say that.
I will tell you.
So,
all right.
Where?
Tongue River Reservoir.
Really?
Ooh.
Look at there. Everybody's got
You
a
are
story.
a plethora of information.
Well, thank you, Debbie. Nice to be acknowledged every once in a while.
We actually have the fishing records on MontanaOutdoor.com, the go-to website. Might want to check it out one of these days, Debbie. Maybe we'll
You're
keep
right,
you
I
up on the information. We got a lot of rumors, a lot of gossip. So what's the phone number anyway?
406-266-3100.
All right, Debbie from the Silos RV with
guys.
3-day late news. Rigger, you got a new big podcast announcement?
Oh, yeah, I got a big one. I'll tell you about it coming up here shortly. Huge announcement. Probably had time right there. Didn't think I did.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You're good.
The only real estate agent I trust right here in Missoula and the surrounding areas is Jason Baker with the Jason Baker team at Rise Realty. Now, thanks for joining me today. Hey, what's the biggest frustration that home sellers are experiencing right now? How do you solve that problem?
Sean, great questions. Simply, days on market is increasing rapidly as the inventory increases, especially more so as the spring and summer go on. Lower overall sales prices than a few years ago, and I spend $40,000 a month on marketing and staffing, and the average agent spends about $400.
What's the number one reason homes don't sell on time? How do you solve that problem?
Terrible or non-existing marketing combined with overpricing every time. We complete a marketing step-by-step, a plan, and the seller gets notified every time we do one of those things, and every week we tell them what it takes to sell the home.
Call Jason at 552-4443. Online, jasonbakerteam.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Sunset Memorial Cemetery and Funeral Home will be hosting their annual open house Memorial Day weekend, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The open house includes free refreshments, barbecue, and tours all 3 days, plus a Veterans Honor Guard ceremony Monday at approximately 1 p.m. Sunset staff members will be there all 3 days to answer any questions. Sunset Memorial Cemetery's annual Memorial Day weekend open house, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day, located at 7405 Mullen Road in Missoula.
With bike season in full swing, the Bicycle Hangar is here to keep Missoula out and riding. At the Bicycle Hangar, we have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Along with tools, clothing, and protective gear, the Bicycle Hangar has everything you could dream of to get out and enjoy the trails. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hangar, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hangar, 1801 Brooks, across from Baskin-Robbins in Missoula.
Good morning, everybody. This is the Captain. Before we wrap up the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of Brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
You're listening to The Captain.
I love you, you love me, you love me, you love me, you love me.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
And the crew has been supplied Valor Coffee. That keeps them going, right, guys?
Yes. Today, we are drinking the Cutthroat Drift, and it is absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
Valor Coffee is Valler. Look it up, valorcoffee.com, and delicious. You'll love it.
Yeah,
You'll love
order
it.
some of that and have it sent to your house. You're going to love this stuff.
Totally.
All right.
Keeps us going.
Rigger, what is your big podcast announcement?
Hey, the Montana Outdoor Podcast has gone to video.
What?
You can now watch the podcast. This is the premiere of it this weekend. It's on YouTube right now. So if you ever want to know what I look like, now you can see it. Now, be gentle because it's just the first time of me being a video editor, but I thought I was quite creative.
What was it like having to get dressed to do the show?
Well, you know, it felt kind of uncomfortable having to put on clothes to actually talk to people because I usually like to do that
maybe
naked. I know that bothers you guys here in the studio.
Maybe you'll consider that for this show, too.
Well, I'll try putting on clothes this time.
Yeah, you know, radio was made for Rigger, not television.
Yeah,
but
I got a body for radio.
Okay. Have yourself a great weekend, everybody.
Spring is here and camping season is calling. And with Memorial Day just around the corner, make sure your RV is ready with the spring service package at RV Truck Sales.